Hi everyone, we are here at US Quadball Cup 2025. My name is Soleil.
I'm Lane.
And we will be your commentators for this game. Right now we've got Virginia Quadball against Mizzou Club Quadball. The game is just about to get started here.
They're lined up. I can't see the left two, but
yeah,
that'll be fine. It looks like Virginia's going to contest for bludgers.
For dodgeballs, yeah. Virginia will be contesting for the dodgeballs on the right, but they should be getting that quad ball. And they're running up Virginia doing a good job.
There is a dodgeball on the ground. Okay, Virginia's starting with the...
I cannot find...
Two dodgeballs
and the quad ball gets passed behind deep. I believe that's number 19. Tries to make a shot, but it doesn't quite go in. And picked up by Virginia.
Picked up by Mizzou.
Oh, yeah.
Mizzou keeps trying to run for it. He could do it. No, all the hoops are open. If he had someone with him,
I wish I could see the ball. All right, we've got number
Virginia
22.
You're beating him out. That's red on Virginia, number 99. He is very fast.
Virginia passing around the top, trying to wait for an opportunity. Passes deep and looks like they're trying to see, but no option there.
Mizzou did a good job waiting for their beater to tag back in.
Yeah, Mizzou's doing a good job taking it slow, waiting for Virginia to make that mistake. And just missed that shot, but almost managed to rebound. We got Virginia on a no dodgeball scenario, driving deep, and they score the first game of the goal. First goal of the game.
I saw on that defense 2 dodgeballs being blocked in their hands, which I'm glad that college players have got those skills locked down, because I find often it's just a duel with double beats. So good for them.
Yeah, and I believe that goal was scored by number 11, Rylan Moraes. So we've got Mizzou carrying the ball up again, slow, waiting for an opportunity, looking for a pass option, but hoping to get the chaser or that beater to commit. Looks like
Virginia really pushing the pace.
Yeah.
Beats their beater out. Virginia's got a no bludger situation, but the chasers are pretty set up.
Number 11 with a great assist to
79.
Number 79, Dan O'Connor. So Virginia's coming into this as the pot 1 team, and Mizzou's coming into this as the pot 4 team. So it's pretty nice that Virginia is up right now, given that they're kind of the underdogs here.
I thought, no, Virginia is a pot 1 team, and they're doing well. So
my bad. I'm looking at this backwards.
Yeah. Virginia has scored on fast breaks alone. Mizzou has had the quaffle on offense most of the time and can't seem to make an opportunity happen. They're playing patient, so I think they'll figure it out, but Virginia seems to be capitalizing on playing quick.
Great.
The scramble for the bludger. Rhett beats number 62.
Virginia, number 98, Emma Rowland scored that goal. U.S. National Team Development Academy player. So expected that they'll continue to get some nice goals throughout this game.
Audrey Chivoli of Mizzou, their beater, is looking to get the ball from Rhett. Oh, and Rhett throws over them.
Mizzou's got some great passes. They're just having trouble finishing at the hoops there. Virginia picking it up on a no dodgeball drive and scored again by number 11, Rylan Moraes. All right, we've got Mizzou slowly carrying it up. That seems pretty typical. I'd love to see them switch the pace here.
I think their passing is good. They just haven't cleared off any hoops. They need their beaters to ignore beater play a little bit, because Virginia wants to push it, and go help them by tapping out some of those hoop chasers so they can make a shot.
Yeah, Mizzou looks like they're playing a really patient game, hoping to get back dodgeball control, it seems. We've got Mizzou keeper passes up top to number 11.
Sydney Borger.
Looks to be a shot, but doesn't quite connect.
Yeah, 79 was covering that small hoop, which is an interesting mismatch of height, and I think that Mizzou could have capitalized on that by using beaters.
All right, we've got Rylan Moraes looking to make a drive and dishes to the a shot, but it didn't quite go in.
It just went to the back. It wasn't anywhere near 79 or 19, their pass options. Oh, Mizzou beater trying to push the pace right now, getting control.
Oh, looks like Mizzou was able to get
Okay. Back. There's two bludgers. No, one bludger on the ground.
Balls?
Yeah, dodgeballs for sure. Number 30 on Mizzou keeping control. What is Addie Himmelman kept control for that. Number 30 is now running in. Oh, 11 is open on hoop. Sydney Borger. Tap that. Oh, the beater could have tapped 79. Didn't happen. Now Virginia's playing dodgeball defense.
What I really liked seeing from Mizzou there was one of their beaters missed their beat and then proceeded to go in for a tackle and really tied up that single dodgeball that Virginia had on defense. So I think they opened it up, but the Chasers just couldn't quite capitalize, but it looks like they have a second chance because there was a card. A yellow card.
Okay. On Virginia. Don't know what it was for.
It was a yellow card on Virginia number 79 for an illegal push from behind. So number...
and again, Virginia, number 98, wraps Sydney Borger from behind. It's going to get another card for contact from behind. So Mizzou really has an opportunity to capitalize on this right now. Virginia is 2 chasers down.
Yeah, and 2 very strong chasers here. So I really think that Mizzou might get their first
points on the board.
Points on the board.
Looks like there's beater duel about to happen with number 30 on Mizzou and 99 on Virginia. Oh no.
Good.
Yeah, there it goes. It was double beat.
Oh my
goodness. Goes over the hoop, just tipped over.
And so now we're probably going to see Virginia play a really slow offense here and wait for their chasers to get back in from these cards. Right now, there's only 2 of them. I'd love to see Mizzou press high.
Yeah, they only have 1 dodgeball, so they almost had 2, but it was going out of bounds, made it designated to Virginia's other dodgeball player, but beater.
Yeah, and I think they're really going to force Virginia to make that first move here because they don't want to. They want to force that delay of game call.
Which we haven't heard yet during this game.
Yeah, not at all.
Typical of our ref is going to let the game proceed.
Oh, and Virginia managed to score while down 2 chasers.
Wow.
I believe that was scored by number 25, Matt Steelberg. There may be a call on the play. I'm not sure exactly what's happening right now, but we do have a stoppage.
5 Virginia, 0 Mizzou. There's been a lot of opportunities, but Mizzou has not been able to connect and just make that final pass to hoops happen or tap out enough chasers in order to let their players drive in.
And so we do have one of the Virginia cards was released. However, they now have a beater card.
Oh.
It was a yellow card for net contact, but the goal was still good. So the card must have happened after the goal.
This means Mizzou has bludger control. Is really going to capitalize on it. Come on, Mizzou.
Not able to get that pass.
No, but their beater really was playing hard. That's 14 on Mizzou, Miles Himmelman.
Oh my goodness, such a close shot. Let's to capitalize.
Oh, and
up by 11. And then
Virginia beater cleaning up almost all their chasers 17 and asking for that ref call.
Looks like the goal was called no good, so we've got number 8 on Mizzou driving up, not able to make that shot.
Makes a shot instead of passing to 69 on Mizzou.
All right, so we've got Virginia slowly walking the ball up. Again, still waiting because they've got 2 players in the box, but it looks like Emma Rollins was just released. She's back in the game, so now they just have 1 beater in the box. We'll see if they're able to capitalize.
98 shoots and tipped by 75, Mizzou's keeper.
Great defense by Mizzou on that play. Yeah. Now we've got them. Looks like we've got a sub-rotation for Mizzou, so they're going to go slow.
Classic.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm shocked at how slow they're going when there's players in the box for the other team. But it looks like they're looking to make some deep passes behind and pass around on the outside. Wasn't quite able to connect the pass and went out of bounds. So
I think
Virginia's
number
ball there.
17 on Mizzou just committed third bludger interference. Their partner had a ball and they threw one back. I also think that 17 Ward made kind of a questionable call. I think they should have gone and tapped a hoop chaser. I think that's been Mizzou's issue this whole game is they are not tapping chasers. They are having beaters play their own dodgeball game instead of connecting with their quaffle players.
Looks like there is a double dodgeball turnover to Virginia. So this is going to be a no dodgeball scenario for Virginia against Mizzou. So we'll have to see what Mizzou does and how they adjust their defense.
Yeah.
A hoop defense is a lot harder when you don't have any dodgeballs on your side.
Yeah. They do.
Oh, it looks like they're switching to 2-2.
It's interesting.
And now it's number 7, Zan Siddiqui. And so we've got Mizzou bringing the ball up, carried by number 2, Lauren Smith. Looks like she's trying to find some pass options.
Yeah. Oh, gets beat out. And number 7 again with the fast break. Over and over. And again, really pushes it through the hoop.
Yeah, Zan Siddiqui scoring again for them, but looks like there could be a call on the play, so we'll have to see what's happening now.
Oh. Face speed?
Yeah, it could be a face beat. We'll have to see.
Yeah. On that last play with no bludgers, I'm really surprised that Rhett didn't try and push the pace. Considering they had a dodgeball back at hoops, I think Rhett could have gone harder. I know that he has gas in the tank. He's super speedy. And I think just is playing more conservative knowing that they're up and wants to keep dodgeball in his hand.
Yeah. And for those who don't know at home, you may hear us slip up and accidentally call the dodgeball bludgers or the quadball quaffles. We went through a name change for all of these balls a couple of years ago, and some of us were still getting used to it. So they may be used interchangeably. Just be aware. It looks...
It's going to be a card on Mizzou 17, their beater, for a face beat and a dodgeball turnover to Virginia's beaters. Illegal head beat.
Yeah, you got that, Lane. Looks like there is a timeout
for Mizzou.
Oh, that makes sense for Mizzou. They still have yet to put any points on the board.
We're on camera. How fun.
Hi, everyone. Right now it is 70-0 for Virginia. I now have my sheets swapped, so I can actually make
smart.
I know what's happening because I was giving some weird information. We have some commentary sheets, and they were on the wrong side of the field. It was very confusing for me. So, what do you think that Mizzou can do to get some points on the board?
I think their beaters need to help their chasers more. I think every play I've seen an opportunity for Mizzou's beaters to take out Virginia chasers, and they haven't, which is hard because Virginia chasers look like they have some mass on them. And it's hard when they've got small people ball carrying and they don't have the ability to drive through. So I think their beaters need to be helping them more. Their beaters are playing a little scared of other teams' beaters instead of just playing their own game and tapping out chasers.
Yeah, I am seeing that they're a really athletic team and they've got a lot of potential, and I just think that coordination isn't quite there, but I think that they should be able to come through if they're able to start working together, like you said, if the beaters and the chasers can start talking to each other, figuring out what they want to do and how they want to put that quad ball through the hoops.
What I really love to see is that Mizzou has had the ball in the hands of women a lot of the time. They are letting people try and practice carrying the quad ball, which it seems like everyone on this team is pretty new but pretty athletic. So I love to see that equal opportunity.
And they've all got great arms.
Yeah.
Something that I've noticed is these passes are crisp.
Yeah.
Even if they're not connecting into a hoop, they're still very crisp.
Which is hard when Virginia is playing a trees defense, just covering at the hoops, having 3 people at hoops. Their beaters really need to be tapping chasers in order for their strong arms to make a shot. Oh, that's a point!
And now it's
for Mizzou!
scored by Jackson Herdade. I believe number 36 on Mizzou.
That was a fun little beater scramble at the midline, which means that Virginia's beaters were out of play, and Mizzou took advantage of that. How
Mizzou
exciting.
again used their strong arm and athleticism to make a shot through the hoops. Wasn't a big drive, but that makes sense for the play style that I'm seeing from them. So now we've got Virginia passes deep behind. Looks like they're trying to get dodgeball control back.
Yeah, I haven't seen them switch the ball to the backfield yet this game.
Yeah, so that's
Mizzou's
nice.
beater locks it down, sitting behind hoops. I don't know what number that is. Number 13, Audrey Shively.
Number 16 driving in, pass.
Oh, and beats the broom. Audrey Shively has locked down this whole defense for Mizzou. That was a huge beater defense.
Yeah,
taps out a beater on the transition to make sure that she gets free range to do what she wants on this offense.
So now we got Mizzou carrying the ball up. Passes deep.
Oh,
looks like an easy goal. Yeah, goal. That was
full goal.
Textbook. And that was scored by number 9, Drew Smith.
Stoppage of play to retrieve a quad ball. That's pretty far away.
Yeah, it rolled real far. Looks like they're just working on getting the ball back into play. And
is Virginia inbounding a ball over there? No, just Mizzou inbounding a dodgeball.
Yeah, and so we've got Virginia, number 77, Greg Gomez carrying the ball, the quad ball up pitch. And it looks like they're guarded by, just kidding, that's Nathan Jin.
Mizzou's beaters look like they like to sit really deep, and they've done well on defense at that, which I think would mean that their chasers should push up a little more on defense instead of standing at trees, because if Shively and their other beater have it locked down in the backfield, their chasers could really push it and force Virginia to make some sloppy passes.
Yeah, I'm interested in what this call is. It looks like there was a call against Mizzou there, but I'm not sure exactly what happened. One of the unfortunate things I saw for Virginia is their off-broom beater accidentally collided with their chaser holding the quad ball.
Happens.
And so now we've got Virginia gets the ball,
There's
quad ball.
Hard on net contact on the chaser from Mizzou, Jackson Herdade. So where is the quad?
Virginia
has
looks
the quad
like they're
ball.
kind of alone. All of their chasers seem to have been beat out except for the one holding the quad ball. So I'm assuming that they're going to try to reset this.
Is in for Virginia. Looks like that he's on broom.
Possibly. Hard to say until the play restarts.
Yeah. Number 4 is beat out. They moved Virginia. Oh, she's in shot range. If she does a pump fake to the right.
I think reset was a good call there. Making sure to wait until all of their players are back in and they're able to set up an offense. So now we've got the quad ball at the top, carried by number 16 on Virginia. Passes to 77 on the left side. They're just passing along the outside, waiting for an opportunity created by their beaters.
Yeah, I was going to say they're waiting for their beaters to do something, but 10 looks pretty reticent to, do anything, and Mizzou is playing a classic front back with their beaters, which seems like we've been seeing more and more. Oh, 16 shot over a chaser.
Great job.
But no goal was called?
Oh, interesting. They must
around the hoop.
Around the hoop? I thought that went through from my angle.
Yeah, I agree.
Over here.
Yeah.
And so now we've got Virginia carrying the ball up. Looks like carried
Mizzou.
by the keeper. Yep.
Yeah.
Mizzou. Man, these teams, I don't know.
Yeah.
Their jerseys don't look anything alike, and I still can't figure out which one is which.
Where are the dodgeballs? I see one in Audrey Shively's hand. Okay, number 10 for Virginia. Okay, they have 2. Didn't see the other one.
Like
Virginia's pressing it really high. Taps out white keeper. Mizzou is fighting each other for the ball.
Honestly, great press by Virginia there. That's a textbook press. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say number 13 on Virginia keeps getting the quad ball in her hands farther ahead than the rest of her team, and would love to see her take that opportunity if someone could go with her and make that play.
Yeah, it's tough
against
on
a
a
defense that's not
1v4.
set up. But yeah,
Even if they're not set up, a 1v4 is still a hard play to make. Looks like Virginia, again, passing around the outside, waiting for their beaters to create an opportunity. From what I can tell, Virginia does have dodgeball control still. And number 77 with the quad ball looks to flip the field and go behind.
Virginia beater tapping out a chaser on the small hoop, which did make an opportunity happen.
Scored again by Virginia, Nathan Jen, 77.
A blue card on something? On number 36 on Mizzou, which means Virginia gets the quad ball again.
Oh, it's going to be a delay of game blue card because the keeper did not pick up the ball. So once a goal is scored, the keeper of the defending team has to restart the ball, and otherwise, if the chaser starts it, that's a delay of game because the ball is not live yet.
I've lost my Virginia quad ball sheet because I want to say, Chantal Sidlar is this number 13. And seems like her positioning is really on point.
I did not see what happened there.
Me either.
Nice. So now Mizzou does have their keeper restarting that play, making that quad ball live, and slowly carrying it up pitch.
They're going to wait for their beaters to make a play happen. They tapped out the point chaser. Now they have the Virginia as their keeper playing point, but he stepped out of zone. I don't think the beater is realizing that. Their keeper is stepping pretty high out of zone. The beater is looking more to beater battle.
Yeah.
Taps out Virginia beater. Virginia is maintaining dodgeball control. And number 9 is left alone to make a shot and just, throws it at the T-bar. That's
such
so
a close
upsetting.
call,
Yeah.
And Virginia number 77, Nathan Judd, again, able to capitalize on that. Very unfortunate for Smith there on Mizzou. One really good look and just couldn't quite make it, and then that shot.
Mizzou beater slips and loses control. Heartbreaking.
So we got Virginia pressing pretty high on Mizzou, but Mizzou still trying to take it slow and maintain quad ball.
I think Virginia has realized throughout this game their speed, and now they are pushing it more and more with every offense. When they started the game with 3 fast breaks, now they know they can do it. Oh, and 20 doesn't connect on that pass, which means 11 on Virginia gets the quad ball again, but they're not going to fast break this time.
They're slowing it down. They see that there was 2 dodgeballs for Mizzou, but it looks like they're down to 1.
Yes.
But I really love to see that beater pass happen on defense.
Yeah, that was a good shuffle.
11 makes a shot, maybe a pass, but couldn't quite connect it either way. And now we've got
scramble on the ground.
Yeah.
2 Mizzou chasers, 1 Virginia chaser.
And now we've got the Mizzou keeper, so that means that it is the keeper ball.
Yeah, that pass on defense when Mizzou beater 30 was tapped out and got the dodgeball directly into 14's hands was really key for not letting that goal go in.
And so now we've got the Mizzou keeper carrying the ball upfield, again slow and protected by a beater with a dodgeball, as well as a beater without a dodgeball. It's like that doesn't scare Virginia from playing a really high defense. They know their strengths.
Yeah. Mizzou is having a hard time connecting on their passes. They're playing a beautiful diamond. Their positioning is really good, and they just cannot connect on those passes. Number 8?
Not sure what happened exactly here, but I do believe that someone was beat. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I can tell just based on the Virginia bench.
Yeah.
Turned over to Virginia. They have got the quad ball in the keeper zone. Hard to say if that's their keeper. It's lots of them have lots of hair.
Yes. It's not. Number 19 is not Virginia's keeper right now. I think number 11 is their keeper right now. Who might be off broom? No, number 11 is on broom. I think number 11 is looking to maybe take a beat for their keeper. No, Mizzou's beater's just running back to defense.
That makes sense.
With 1 in hand. Beater duel happening. Yeah. Number 99, face beat, Mizzou beater.
There may be a card
number
here,
30.
Face beat, but we'll have to see what the refs call, because sometimes we're not sure if they ducked into it or moved into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's too far away.
more than 6 yards, which is a very weird measurement. No one knows what a yard is. They're Canadian.
I
No.
believe 6 yards is like a hockey stick.
No, a hockey stick's got to be like a meter stick, which is
It's
3
longer
yards.
than a meter.
I don't know hockey. I'm not Canadian.
Well, during COVID, we were told to maintain a hockey stick worth of distance.
Got it.
And so that's what I'm going with. I think that might be 6 feet, though.
Yeah, I think 6 feet makes more sense.
How many feet are in a yard?
Caleb is saying right now, the HR just said something about 6 yards. So it is 6 yards. You have to be that far away
And looks
for
like
your dodgeball to incidentally hit someone in the head.
And it is a card on number 99, red.
Yep.
Yellow card for that face beat, and so the quad ball is turned over to Mizzou. I'm not sure if that goal was still good or not.
I don't think there was a goal on that play. So it's UVA 90, Mizzou 20. 22 had an opportunity to throw one of their dodgeballs back to hoops, but chose to just get back on D, which is fair.
And so we've got Mizzou keeper carrying the ball up, again, waiting for their beaters to make some plays, passing around the outside.
Mizzou has control, but they're being very patient. All right, there was a beater duel with both beaters tapped out, and they just overthrow number 11.
Quite connect, though. I do think
that's been classic. They've scored on this right hoop twice, I think, for both their goals.
Yeah, I do think that if Mizzou could have connected that pass, it would have resulted in their goal, but
they've had at least 3 attempts on that middle hoop that just haven't made it into the receiver's hands.
So now we've got Rylan, number 11, carrying the ball up, protected by a beater. I believe that's Abby.
And that's their only beater in right now, because that was not a goal from Mizzou. Had Mizzou scored, Virginia beater would be back in. There's dodgeballs on the ground, and that looks like Mizzou beater's running after one. But now Virginia beater is back in. I don't know if we can see that because it's happening so far to the right.
And now we've got Virginia still passing around.
Oh, Mizzou with a pass block.
Oh my goodness, that was beautiful. That was done by Mizzou Andrew Parcham.
So Mizzou walking up with control and the quad ball. They're going to send one to the back as they've done consistently, but haven't been able to connect on that pass. So hopefully they can make something happen. Virginia chasers are still sitting pretty high.
They're passing along the outside. It looks like the Mizzou's trying to drive. But
Mizzou, it looked like 11 was trying to set a screen on that play. But the quad ball was too far away.
Reset it up top. Mizzou has the quad ball at the top of the
Mizzou keeper is beat. Virginia beater tries to make a kick beat and misses number 2 on Mizzou, who's driving in, has an option for 79, who is not moving to make space.
Yes, beautiful.
Oh, 11 on Mizzou. Oh,
just got to connect those passes, and that's going to result.
That was a great catch.
Oh, can Mizzou get quad ball back? It looks like they can. They're resetting it up to the top, but the reset was not used. And so now they're slowing it down again, waiting for their beaters to set something up, waiting for their chasers to be ready.
Oh, 11 is in perfect position, but instead a shot was made. The small hoop was open for 11.
And that was a crazy block.
Yeah. By 19 on Virginia?
Which
Tall one?
Don't see here at all.
Oh, great.
So unsure who that was.
The jersey says Walsh.
Okay, well, we'll go with Walsh. That was a crazy block, one-handed catch. And so now we've got number 11 on Virginia, slowly carrying.
Oh, their beaters are trying to get control, and Virginia beaters get scared and roll the dodgeball back, which leaves chasers alone for a minute, but Mizzou is not really pressing that.
Yeah, their beaters are staying close to the hoops, so it's hard to switch into that press, but looks like Virginia's going to take advantage.
Taking out the beater. There are 3 dodgeballs on the ground. But can Mizzou recover? That was a good turtle, one might say. Yeah. So 2 fell on the ball on defense.
A turtle is when you kind of just squash the ball. You're over top of it. You're really protecting it, making sure that no one on the other team can get it, and you're waiting for your keeper because they're that safe person in your defensive zone. So now we've got Mizzou slowly carrying the ball up. It looks like they made a keeper sub, so you can see that number 2 is really waiting for that person, that last quad ball player to be in.
77 behind hoops is looking for a pass. I haven't felt like their behind hoops chasers have their positioning right. Oh, but just gets overthrown. There's a stoppage because the quad ball is so far away.
Yeah, I think that
the game term just went back. Questionable. I think it said 18, but now I'm seeing 17, so I guess it's 17 minutes.
Hard to say. We'll find out once they start counting down to be at 20. And so after 20 minutes, we go into the flag runner period. So that game is going to be slightly different. But for right now, we've got Emma Rowlands carrying the ball up for Virginia, protected by a loaded beater as well as an unloaded beater. And they pass it over to a ball carrier on the right.
Mizzou beaters again playing like this stacked front back. A great catch by Mizzou beater!
But that doesn't...
Throws over the hoop. 98 looking for a shot. Fumbles the quad ball.
Great defense by Mizzou there. I'm not even sure exactly what happened.
It was all beaters. 62 caught a dodgeball, and from there, Virginia's offense went to chaos.
Yeah, that was a crazy catch. Love to see that. So now we've got number 11 at the top of the keeper zone looking for an opportunity, looking to drive through, but I'm not sure that they were successful. Passes to number 2.
It looked like 99 was beat to me by Mizzou's beater, but it was not called. Makes a long-range shot that does not go.
Not quite.
Oh, Mizzou, instead of beating number 7 at the midline, drops back to defense, which means number 7 gets it out of their hand, and it is a good goal.
Yeah, so we must have released that quad ball before that beat was made, which means that the goal was good for UVA. So that puts the score 100-20 for Virginia. And so now we've got Mizzou slowly carrying the ball up pitch, again protected by 2 loaded beaters. And so when I say loaded beaters, that means that they have those dodgeballs in their hands. They have full possession.
Virginia unbludgered beater is playing really high, trying to stop Mizzou beater from getting in the play. Mizzou beater beats them out. That's number 13. Mizzou beater's got to go in, but they don't.
Mizzou again just overthrows that pass a little too high.
It is getting pretty windy now, so they need to make these shorter passes. Otherwise, the wind is just going to blow them away.
Yeah, the wind can really carry the quad ball. It's a pretty light ball, and so sometimes that wind just brings it right up.
Yeah.
So now we've got Virginia slowly carrying the ball up. Looks like they are making a play with their chaser on the left side. Passes deep, brings it back up.
17 knocks the dodgeball out of Mizzou beater's hand.
Virginia was able to get back dodgeball control, but I'm not sure exactly what this call is here.
I do think 62 was a little aggressive on trying to prevent himself from getting beat. Virginia has 3 dodgeballs potentially if 17 is on not tapped out on room.
I believe
no call on the play.
No call on the play, so play is going to resume it as it is.
Still in.
That means it's a no dodgeball scenario, and it was scored. Looks like it was scored by number 7, Zan Sadike.
So that offense, Virginia's beaters were really working together to get their beater, who was playing front in their front back, completely out of the play. 62 was tied up with beaters the entire time, and they just let their chasers work. Their chasers have this height and mass that Mizzou could not contend with.
Mizzou waited for their beaters to make something happen, which they did, but they still weren't able to capitalize.
Virginia beater made a really long throw and now has to take a long run. Stoppage of play. We got to put those dodgeballs back where they were.
I am unsure exactly what the call is.
I was watching.
It's a goaltending.
Could
be goaltending.
Which could be a good goal for Mizzou then.
So we'll have to see exactly what that is. This is the goal. I do believe that the score on the scoreboard does not match the score that you guys are seeing. So the correct score for those at home is 110. Never mind.
It is to 30.
Now it is 30.
It is the 20-minute regulation period. So 20 minutes is up.
And so now we are getting into the flag runner period. So we'll see the flag runner come out on pitch. And now each team is going to send one seeker in to try and catch the tail of that flag runner.
What do you think the strategy is going to be for the beaters playing in the flag runner game?
I'm not sure. I think with Virginia being so dominant, I think they're going to really try and put the beaters on the flag runner. And I think that at this point, Mizzou needs to play to Virginia rather than playing what they want to do, because they need to make sure that they're able to stop Virginia from doing what they want to do.
I think Mizzou is going to struggle having no beaters in this game. I'd like to see them pull their beaters off the flag runner game and just try and connect with their chasers to get some goals on the board.
Yeah, I'd love to see some shorter passes from Mizzou, just given how windy it is.
I think they've overthrown a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if it was an indoor tournament, they'd be doing a little better, but it's just that wind can really throw people off, especially if they're not used to it. I don't know the weather there. Never been. So hard to say if this is a typical practice for them or not.
Yeah. It's also, Virginia has a huge home game advantage. They didn't even have stay and play. They drove an hour this morning from Charlottesville into Richmond. So they're at a huge advantage this tournament, and they're a number 1 seed.
Right, question again. So when the snitch comes out, how much is that worth?
35 points.
35 points. So 3.5 goals.
Yes.
So we just had a question.
You're not on there.
Yes.
So we just had a question from someone on the sidelines about how much the flag runner is worth, and that is worth 3.5 goals for those listening at home. And so right now we're getting into the set score of 170. So they need 60 more points for Virginia and 140 more points for Mizzou.
Which again is going to be hard for Mizzou to get, which is why I would just love to see them focusing on some quad ball play and use their beaters and chasers together to connect and make some good solid goals.
Yeah, and I think that right now their goal is probably to just bridge that gap between the scores so that if it does come down to a tiebreaker for this, they're able to maybe pull out a little bit ahead and have less quad ball points against them. So our flag runner is Trent Pasquero.
Yeah.
And it does look like dodgeballs are going to be on those seekers.
Yeah.
So we may see a very I'm not sure.
Stops the game.
HR stops
without
the game,
anything really happening. It might be a question about the quad ball exiting the keeper zone. It has to exit the keeper zone directly straight forward. They cannot dilly-dally. They cannot do shenanigans and sidestep. They have to exit the zone. And that is because the keeper's protected in the zone, and they have to get unprotected in case there are players pressuring.
So Virginia tried to make a really nice alley-oop, but the alley-oop didn't quite connect and just went over that tall hoop. Looks like, that quad ball player gets a second chance. Number 7.
All right, Mizzou is... they are going to split the stitch right now. Split the flag runner, which means that both of the seekers are attempting at the same time to catch the tail.
And Mizzou is able to capitalize on that and score.
I think Mizzou seeker made a really good grab there for the flag, but they were beat, and there was no referee call on the play.
Yeah, so it looks like Mizzou is still on brooms, so they seem to be okay.
Virginia seeker is going to be a little more conservative and not go in alone. It's good for seekers and beaters to work together. 75 grabs the flag, but it was not in their hand. They have to keep it in their hand until they hit the ground. Like, they have to be fully in possession of the flag for it to be good.
And so number 77 on Virginia just scored another quad ball point there. So now the score is 130-40. So Virginia only needs 40 more points, which means that if Virginia is able to catch this flag runner, they will be 1 goal away from winning. There
is a stoppage. It looks like the Virginia beater tackled the Mizzou beater, which was a clean hit, but might have been more dangerous as they hit the ground.
Yeah, and so as we're going into this, so right now we need 130 points for Mizzou and 40 points for Virginia. And so right now we are just waiting. And once the play restarts, we'll be able to see exactly what their beaters are doing. So once flag runner is on pitch, you'll see a lot of strategy here of where you put your beaters. And if you put your beaters on the flag runner, sorry, not the snitch, even though that's what their shorts say. And if you do put the beaters on the seekers and the flag runner, you may have a better shot at getting a one-on-one situation with that flag runner.
Which is definitely what we've seen Mizzou doing. 75 has had 3 attempts at grabbing the flag, so Mizzou has kept their beaters on the on the seekers, and that is why Virginia beater had to make an attempt to make a hit, because it's hard when you have no dodgeballs and you really need to give your seeker opportunities to catch the flag.
Yeah, and so that's interesting. I understand, because it is worth 3.5 goals. So regardless, they should still be able to bridge that point gap if they are able to catch. So I understand the strategy both ways for Mizzou. I do think that it makes sense for Virginia to really try to catch this flag runner, because so there was a yellow card for back contact
on chaser play. So that beater hit was clean. It was just chaser play, which I didn't see.
Yeah, I wasn't able to see that either. You guys at home may have a better view. And so right now,
Mizzou has both dodgeballs, and they are going to try and tap out Virginia's seeker so that 75, their seeker, gets clean looks at the flag.
Mizzou really trying to score, and I thought scored on that small
Yes,
loop.
so that was a good goal for Mizzou.
Virginia.
And the keeper for Virginia misses a shot.
So
I think the strategy for Virginia right now should be run up the score in quaffle points, which they're trying to do, but it just isn't connecting.
That seems to be Mizzou's having a little bit better now that flag runners on the grass. We call that frog. And they are, looks like they're passing deep, passing around the outside. I see an open
No,
passing to them.
75 had a pretty good grab, but again drops the tail. You have to keep control possession of the tail.
And in the meantime, Virginia was able to score another goal. So score is 140 Virginia, 50 Mizzou, which
the tail falls off again. Which means tragedy.
Right now, if Virginia catches that flag runner, the game is done. They will reach that set score of 170. And so right now, Mizzou really needs to stop them from catching. And they want to run up those quad ball points until then. Actually,
so 11, when the quad ball was in her hand, was doing a really good job of turning her back to 7 and looking for her pass options.
An amazing beat by Mizzou. Far beat. Good.
25 on Virginia.
Pretty big hit, and so now Virginia's got
really
the ball.
aggressive plays. 7 shot through the hoops, but
the goal was called no good. So not sure exactly why.
I think
maybe
7 was beat out previously.
Yeah. And so I'm not sure. Looks like maybe a ball went far off pitch. I can't see exactly what happened, but there is a stoppage of the play here.
Virginia's using a lot of their physicality now, which is interesting. They don't need to. They could really calm down during this game. But I've seen 79 make a lot of jumps to try and throw the flag runner off, and their chasers are also making some pretty big hits.
What I'm actually shocked is that Virginia doesn't seem to be putting their beaters exclusively on that flag runner, on those seekers, which at this point, I think I would, because that would mean they win the game if they're able to catch this. But they may think that their chances of scoring 3 quad ball points are better than catching Trent.
I think that 75 on Mizzou is a really good seeker and has had trouble keeping the flag in his hands. Oh, but he's going to sub out because it's very tiring to be seeking.
So now we've got Mizzou carrying the ball up, looking to make a drive.
Very running.
Passes behind, but wasn't able to connect once again. And kicked off by keeper on Virginia. And there,
7 is really pushing it, wants to go really fast on that play and overthrows his chaser. Oh, and there's a collision. That looks like it hurt.
Yeah,
there was no ball even in that. It was just a side-to-side collision.
Oh, and it looks like there was a flag catch, possibly for Mizzou. We'll have to find out if that was good.
Which makes sense. I mean, they've been putting their beaters there. They really wanted that catch. That will put Mizzou at 75? Which is
85.
85. Much closer in range. I couldn't figure out the numbers. It is worth 35.
And so if the flag runner was impeded, or if there was another card on the play, then this catch could be called off. If the flag runner doesn't feel like they were impeded, there were no shirts grabs there, and there were no cards, then Mizzou will have a good flag runner catch.
Yeah. It's good.
So the catch is
Mizzou
good.
is good.
That makes the score 140-85. So
this is a much closer game for Mizzou than we would have thought coming in like the first 15 minutes of this game, where Virginia was really dominating.
And so now Mizzou needs 90 points to finish the game, and Virginia needs 30. So that means 9 goals and 3 goals. Each goal is worth 10 points. In case you haven't picked that up 25 minutes into the game.
Yeah. I'm glad that Mizzou's coming back. I think this year, part of the setting up the college schedule was really trying to encourage parity in the games and having closer games. So even though we had a 1 seed against a 4 seed and Virginia was really dominating, I'm glad to see Mizzou coming back, and Virginia has to fight for it still.
Yeah, I think that it's good when games are close and when teams have to fight for it.
Yeah.
But right now Virginia does have dodgeball control, so they do have the upper hand on defense here. So we'll have to see what Mizzou does. They've got keeper.
They look like their beater number 14 wants to make a duel. Oh, and beater on Virginia throws and misses. So 36 is going to drive in. Has open opportunities with 22. Their floater behind hoops looks like he's just kind of waiting for the ball instead of making himself more available for the keeper's pass. And 36 runs it around and shoots from behind.
Great goal by number 36, and I'm sure you guys didn't see it on the screen, but there was a great beater play by Mizzou as well, and they were able to gain back dodgeball control for this defense.
Which I love to have these chasers in trees and front back.
Yeah, this seems to be Mizzou's bread and butter, and that is what they're good at in their defense. And so now we've got Virginia passing around the outside, back and forth, really trying to shift and wait for their beaters.
Virginia beater beats out the top Mizzou beater, which worked for Virginia last time. Oh, again!
Keeps making those beats.
Their chasers just...
But Mizzou was still able to maintain it.
That was a bit of a dive on Mizzou's chaser into number 13.
There's a little bit of a dive, but we'll have to see.
And 98 might be injured on the ground. Was hit pretty hard.
They are subbing out.
Yeah.
It looks like they're okay, but just needed a second to take that sub. And so now we'll have to see if there's any call on the play in the zone.
Doesn't seem like it, but the ball should be in Virginia's chaser's hands. Virginia has 2 options right now if she can make the throw. Oh, no, it's in Mizzou's hands.
It looks like it's a jump ball, so they both get their hands on that quad ball, and they're going to have to really fight for it. Unfortunately, the defensive team always gets the upper hand because the keeper can't be beat out.
Even though Virginia beater is tapping out a lot of white chasers right now, Mizzou was running for this dodgeball to get control and make sure that Virginia doesn't have it on D.
That they didn't use that dodgeball to take out that.
Mizzou tried to throw back the dodgeball to their other beater, and Virginia beater caught it. That was fun.
Yeah, I was actually shocked Mizzou didn't try to use that dodgeball that they had deep, because it didn't seem like Virginia beaters knew that they were there.
Yeah.
So now we've got Virginia carrying the quad ball up.
As their beaters make something happen, I'd love to see their wing chasers create a little more pressure. I think that would force the defense to step off hoops a little and make some opportunities for them to shoot. I mean, obviously they're doing well without it, but I just think that that would be a fun way to make the game a little different and have them practice different offenses.
Oh, that was a crazy goal by Virginia. Which makes the score, if that goal was good, we'll have to see. I'm not sure exactly what the head ref is calling here.
It might be something on beater play.
It could be. I hear the crowd saying that was good. Not sure if so
Virginia beater got a card for contact from behind. So I think that would make the goal no good.
So the goal was called off. And so it is 140-95. So Mizzou is really closing that gap. They're only 5 points behind, or rather 4.5 points behind. And they still need 80 points in order to win this game, which is 8 goals. Whereas Virginia only needs 3 goals, 30 points here. So it's Quadball being passed around.
Mizzou makes that pass connection and the beater just sniped it. Forces the ball through a hoop and it does not go.
36 had an open hoop and now taking a shot. Great hustle by Virginia, able to
There
break
is
that defense.
Dodgeball just sitting on the ground behind Virginia's hoops. Who is going to go for that? Oh, that is because Virginia has one in the box and their dodgeball, their beater is protecting it.
And I'm not sure where Mizzou's second
beaters are both on defense and they're not contesting that free dodgeball. That's
interesting.
Yeah. Really far away. You'd think they could go grab it and then from behind able to tap one of these chasers or their beater.
But I understand that they want to protect their point chaser, but it didn't seem like it actually did much. So yeah, Virginia was able to pick up that free dodgeball at the hoop. Great snipe by Mizzou there. That was crazy defense. No, crazy block. Catch right in the air. It was almost going to go through the hoop.
Mizzou has a new beater in 27. I don't think I've seen her the whole game. It's Racer Raider. Oh, a scramble for dodgeballs. So 99 is trying to get the ball. Oh, Mizzou, number 2, kind of slapped it into the hoop, but I think that there's contention with the dodgeballs happening that Virginia's beater called for.
Looks like something happened with the dodgeball. I'm not sure where that quad ball is going to go, if it's going to go back to Mizzou where they were, or if it's going to be a quad ball turnover. Because there was quite a few passes happening.
Yeah. And they did connect on it. 2 did not have the ball in hand, but slapped it through the small hoop.
Yeah, it was a fun goal if it was
a goal, but I think because of dodgeball issues, it wouldn't be. Oh, there's my Virginia roster. I lost it 20 minutes ago. Ooh. Okay, so Mizzou is just trying to reset, and Virginia is using their dodgeballs to really push the pace. They have forced a reset across the line.
I believe that
was illegal contact by 11. I do think that would be their second reset, which then gives the quad ball to Virginia, but it was still dangerous contact by 11.
Given that it was dangerous contact, Mizzou does get that ball because that overrides a double reset. And so now we've got, I believe, Lauren Smith, number 2, holding the ball at the top. But they don't look like they have a ton of support from their other quad ball players.
11, their wing chasers guarded by a beater, which leaves only number 9 to be the option.
And so they do a good job.
Virginia beater playing really high. And it's tipped over the hoops. Number 4 tipped it over the hoops and blocked that goal.
And I do see a hand up from one of the ARs, so it is possible that that was contact from behind. We'll have to see what the refs say, but from my view, that did appear to be contact from behind.
Is that Breaker's warm-up song playing Hot to Go right now? That's fun.
That makes sense to me. And in case you don't know, I am on the Breakers. And
they are about to play on this pitch, so.
Yes. You'll see us shortly.
The crowd on the left is doing the dance, but y'all can't see that.
So the refs are discussing, waiting to see what happens here.
Yeah, that's
there does appear to be a turnover, which means there possibly was a card. So Mizzou gets that ball back once again.
So there is a card on 19 Virginia. Illegal push from behind. So Virginia has 2 in the box again. Last time this happened, Mizzou couldn't get a goal. So I'm really hopeful that 9 could drive in a little bit to avoid that beat and then shoot it through the hoops.
I think that chaser that was behind did a really good thing where they waited, made that beater commit, and then were able to throw it back up to the top, reset their
11 is so open at hoops. But 13 on Virginia. Chantal's able to get there in time. Tips it over the hoop.
Close.
There's so much. Mizzou connects. Goal for 36.
I believe that was 36, Jackson Perdade. And now it is 105 to 140.
Getting closer and closer. And Mizzou has dodgeball control on defense, so maybe they can get even closer.
Virginia has not scored since the flag runner left.
Wow.
So they still need 30 points to end this game, 3 goals, and Mizzou needs 7. So they are bridging that gap. This is a closer game than it was at the beginning, and I'm excited to see the results.
Mizzou just subbed in a new beater. I cannot tell who it is.
But right now they do have dodgeball control, and they are playing their typical hoops defense. And Virginia is passing around the top, waiting for their beaters to make that opportunity. We're seeing that a lot from both of these teams, actually, where the beaters are the initiators and the chasers are trying to take advantage.
Yeah, be patient. Whoa, there's a beater scramble. I think Virginia beater was beat on that, but wasn't called. Now Mizzou has lost their dodgeball control. 7-2 dunk, it misses. And Mizzou slows it down with the quad ball.
Amazing block there from number 11 on Mizzou, Sydney Boger.
I just know Rhett, number 77 beater, is so frustrated right now because he made a whole play happen and it just didn't.
And now number 11.
Oh, and number 11 with a shot.
Drive and might be picked up. Oh, it looks like a good turtle.
Yeah. Wow, with beater play happening in the center, Mizzou is able to lock down control, possibly. They can beat Rhett's speedy legs.
Oh, and we've got
Rhett was able to kick it back before he was beat.
Keeper number 13 on Virginia carrying the ball up. Again, 36 on Mizzou playing a really high defense. So they're just passing around, trying to make Mizzou work for it.
Game time is 30 minutes, which is a pretty long time for... Oh, Virginia scores again. But the game can go on after the flag runner has left.
Yeah, that was a great goal by number 25, Matt Steelberg. And now we've got Mizzou slowly carrying it up. Virginia only needs 2 goals to win this game, so we'll have to see if they're able to make that happen.
Only needs 5, which is pretty close.
7.
Yeah. Oh.
But it is
in my head. It was game. Yeah. No, you're right.
They're down 5 points.
Oh no! Mizzou was able to dunk.
Able to dunk that, and now they only need.
That was so interesting in their last play. They had their keeper number 13 playing really high out of the zone, but Mizzou's beaters were nowhere to be seen because I think that the Virginia beater was just pushing it so hard.
Yeah, the Virginia beater pushed it really hard, but just missed that beat, and that's why Mizzou was able to connect on that goal. So score is 150 to 115. Set
Virginia
score is 170.
Back in. She previously went out and got hit pretty hard on the play, but I'm glad to see her back in. 25 is looking for a shot, doesn't make it. Oh, a fake out.
That was a great fake by number 7 on Virginia. Zansadike once again. Big scorer for Virginia today. And so now this is a 1-goal scenario for Virginia, whereas Mizzou does still need 6 more points to end this game.
I think Mizzou is going to be relying really heavily on their slow defense right now. They've been able to do that a lot and just prevent Virginia from scoring. I don't know if they're going to be able to kind of run the quaffle points up there was a shot.
Very close shot, but wasn't able to go through the hoops. So now we've got Emma Rollins looking pretty quick.
Yeah.
Makes a pass deep, but is the reset option there.
Virginia beater throw around. Now Mizzou has control of the dodgeball.
Virginia managed to maintain quad ball control even when it looked a little bit iffy. And so now we've got Mizzou maintains the quad ball. They were able to, as you say, capitalize on their slow defense, stop Virginia from scoring, and now all they need to do is put it through the hoop.
But it just doesn't happen once again.
Great play by, I believe that was Emma Rollins once again. It makes sense. Zansadike also on the National Team Development Academy, so I understand why those two have been such strong players in this game. And so now we've got Virginia slowly carrying the ball up, passes to Emma down low. They're flipped the field, and now we're seeing Mizzou paying more attention to the beaters.
I know. I was going to say, their Mizzou high beaters paying a lot of attention instead of watching the quad.
Great defensive play by Mizzou.
That was Mizzou's other beater who wasn't looking at beater play, number 13, Audrey Snively.
Yeah. And I'm wondering,
there's 2 dodgeballs on the ground right now.
2 dodgeballs on the ground. Mizzou has
Mizzou was subbing their beaters, so they weren't able to get. Virginia kicks back, passes to 77. If they can keep the ball in their hand, they push it into
and so I believe the score is 125 to 160. one more point. Virginia's been really waiting for this one goal, whereas Mizzou still needs 5 more, but is really close. And it looks like that game was
Virginia.
good, and so Virginia takes it 170 to 125. A much closer game than we were seeing at the beginning.
Yeah.
But they really did a great job.
Yeah. I love to see Mizzou locking it down on defense. They just need practice with their offense, and they have a chance to win some games.
Yeah, once they put that ball through the hoop, they've got it.
All right, my team is calling me because we are about to start playing, so we got to dip out.
You get to watch me on this pitch right now, so thank you for tuning in, and we will